All right, happy Saturday, everyone. That call, if you didn't listen to it, is hold on, I gotta change the delete settings. Live in the team page. It was super good. Talking about if I have someone interested in Thrive now, what do you do? The note I took is that if you aren't posting enough, you aren't open for business and people think you quit. And it's funny because I just had that message from someone the other day. Well, I guess it was a few days ago because I talked to you guys about it. About that was why she picked me to buy from, because I was super consistent. And she says, you go to people's pages and posted about their product in 6 days and you wonder if they quit. So I thought that was pretty cool that Sheila had also said that. A couple of housekeeping tips. I'm kind of like all over the place. I've got notes everywhere. So let me just pull up some graphics here. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Okay, a couple housekeeping tips. Let's drop in the chat our IMs. What are you this year? What are your goals? Let's put them out into the universe. As always, mine is that we are a $1 million a month team. Which means I need 200Ks. So where are my 200Ks coming from? Nice job, Nat, 12K. So definitely put it out into the universe what your goals are for the year. That is always good. Gratitude, law of attraction, yada, yada, yada. We could talk all day about that. But it definitely works. So a couple of things right after the Zoom at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is our work with me. Don't forget tomorrow, Sunday, is book club Zoom and the content creation Zoom. Don't forget, we're still under the Make the Call initiative. So that means big bonuses for all your new promoters. There is like an update in the back office that essentially says just make sure your promoters opt in for it. Those that didn't opt in July that earned it will still be paid, but they want you to make sure that you make sure you get them opt in. And I've helped a lot of promoters opt in. It's just literally just a button. Like, it's so easy. Hold on, let me find, I got more of those. I am so scattered this morning. DFT reel to the Evo squad. I will be creating this DFT reel next week. So I love that everybody's getting me their DFT videos. I'm still taking more. So please, because if I get too many for one reel, I'll just make two. So you have all weekend to get that to me. Sometime next week, I will be creating the final one. And I love that, some of you are sending me different ones. Like, so I love that we've got a lot of different DFTs going on. So that's pretty cool. Opportunity Zooms Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will continue through August for the Evo squad. Make sure you are sharing that to your stories. You can use the same slides I created and gave you. We will be adding in some collaboration ones to the schedule, but our 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time ones for the Evo squad will remain. Rachel, are you talking about the DFT reel? I dropped it in the team chat yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? It's in the team chat. It was an idea I had. The newest promo. So we have a new promo going on. The back to school promo is $25 in credits for all new accounts, free shipping with orders over 200 with the promo code back to school. And there is a PPA volume leaderboard. How I'm going to be running this, just to give you a couple of tips, is I put up a story post this morning, super quick, about just a Thrive gift card if anybody wants one. So you can go check out my story and copy that if you'd like. I do have lots of slides. If you're in our team chat, just check the media. I don't know if you know this when you're in your chat, but you can click on the name of the chat and then go down here to view media and files. Evo Squad, we have tons and tons and tons and tons of slides. I'm just probably going to loop back around to some of those slides because I am moving part of my life this weekend. So I'm just going to take the easy way out. So I'll be using some of the older slides, but they all apply, you know, and I have here's another hot tip. I have created albums in my photos in my iPhone. So I literally have an album of all my graphics I've ever created of the $25 off gift card, like credits, promo, that kind of thing. So that's a really great tip. It makes life so much easier to find that kind of stuff. So that's how I'll be using that promo. And the other thing I want to encourage you all, because I heard it on a mastermind I'm involved in through the week, about really making sure you're understanding how important it is to plug in. I mean, here you all are, clearly you understand plugging in, because here you are on a Saturday morning hanging with me. So you understand that, but at the same time, make sure that you're really digging deep and plugging in and making it a priority in your calendar, because this one leader said, your paycheck is in direct correlation with what you're learning, because the more you plug in, the more you learn. And it could be anything. It could be something about mindset. It could be something about skill-based ideas, or, I mean, I learn something from everything I plug into, everything I read, that kind of thing. But I loved that she said your paycheck is in direct correlation to what you are learning. So make sure we've got so many resources and trainings with Le-Vel now. I mean, it's crazy the trainings they put together for us now that they never did before. So that's really awesome. So make sure you are plugging into that. I will be dropping the week 3 accountability tracker form. The person that won this week is not on today. So if you do win, if you in order to be part of the drawing for you have to fill out the accountability tracker, and then you have to be live on Zoom, and this person is not here. So we'll have to save that prize. Next week will be a double prize. So make sure you fill out the accountability tracker next week. Okay. So we're going to talk about the psychology of selling today. Let me just put these notes away so I don't get super confused. First, I'm curious. I want you to understand that, because so many people are like, oh, I hear it all the time. I'm not a salesperson. I can't sell. I don't think I'd be good at selling, blah, 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 blah. But what I want you to understand, and drop in the chat if you have ever felt this way. You may not feel this way now, but maybe you did before. That selling is not forcing people to buy something they don't want. Mm-hmm. Who has ever felt like selling was something that's yucky? And maybe you do now. And if you do, say now, or yes, I used to feel that way. Did you ever feel like selling is something that's yucky, or that you feel like you're forcing someone to buy something they don't want? Because really that's not what it is. And you should never feel that way, and never go into sales feeling that way. The psychology of selling is understanding the needs or problems of your audience and then selling the solution. So I tell people, I say it all the time, like, I feel like I connect dots for people. I help figure out what their needs are and connect the dots for them. I have a product and I did that when I did hair too. Like, I would talk to my customers about what was going on with their hair, and I just connected the dots. So I'm like, oh, you have dry hair, you need this, or you have limp hair, you need this, or you have, fashion colors, you need this. Same thing. If you have energy issues, you need this. If you have sleep issues, you need this. It's just connecting the dots. And then the biggest thing is don't be emotionally attached to the outcome. Like that, if I could just drill anything into your heads, it would be, don't be emotionally attached to the outcome. Have that posture. Like I had a girl, she has followed me forever. She's bought thousands of dollars worth in trials from me. Every time I come out with a new cup, she's like on it, like white on rice. Like she buys trial after trial after trial. Sometimes she'll buy a month, but then she buys trial after trial after trial. And then one day she said to me, she goes, can you send me a recording to your opportunity Zoom? I really want to see. And I couldn't attend it. She couldn't attend like it live. And it was literally right after it. And I got super excited because, like I said, I've known this girl for years. She has bought so much thrive for me. And I got like really, really excited. And so I sent her the Zoom recording, or, you know, because I put it up on YouTube, I sent it to her. And I literally followed up with her. We had been chatting, she bought some more trials, and then I followed up with her about the actual Zoom recording. She said to me, she's like, I'm definitely going to join. It's just right now is not the right time. And I said to her, I'm like, that's okay. I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm here for you. I'll be here for you when you're ready to. I could not be emotionally attached. I couldn't get disappointed about that situation. You can't be emotionally attached, because here's the thing, as long as you're not going anywhere, they're eventually going to buy from you, as long as you keep that relationship going. So understanding the needs or problems, you want to talk more about, I got to watch my time, more about what the product does. So the solution, than what the product is. So I talk about it a lot with posting. Like when you post, talk more about what the product is doing for you, or the product has done for you, and less about the product, because people will buy what the product does, because then they think about what it's going to do for them before they will buy the product, and they will buy you before they'll buy the product as well. So when you're making posts, when you're going live, when you're in your stories, you want to talk. Plus, I feel in my brain, it feels less salesy and spammy to tell people how I love how I feel. I love that it's given me crazy good energy. I love that I sleep so good at night. I love that my unicorn mom juice calms my stress down. Like, I love that's the kind of stuff that I feel like, here's the information, you do with it what you want. It's just adds to that posture, talking more about what the product does for people, for you. That's why before and after sell so well, because people get that emotional attachment to the result, like what it was before, what it was after. If you notice, like before and afters, like Sheila Pisoni is blowing it up right now because of her before and after. And it's just because it's that psychology. People are going to say, oh, well, if she could do it, I could do it. And it just helps button that up for people. Remember, we coach all the time, and this is a statistic, you can look it up, but it takes 12 to 20 impressions about your product or opportunity for people to make a buying decision, because they need that connection. They need more information. They need to understand what it is they're buying and what it's going to do for them. And a lot of times they can't get that in one post or one live or one anything. So understand that that's buyer psychology. They said, I just did this little research when I was preparing for this Zoom, but did you know that 70% of all humans will read 7 reviews before making a purchase? So I'm going to show you something. Drop in the chat if you look at reviews before you buy anything. Like, I'm like a major yeah, for sure. Because you want to know what that's going to be like. You want to understand what that product's going to do. You want to know if that product's not going to work for you. So reviews for sure sell. But 7 reviews. I mean, that falls a little under that 12 to 20, but I'll bet you when you, by the time you get to the reviews part, you've understood your problem. You've understood that this is your solution. You probably put it in your Amazon cart and let it sit there, and you looked at it and you looked at it, and then there's that feature where you can save for later because you didn't delete it. But those are all impressions, guys. That's the Amazon's version of 12 to 20 impressions. And that's all before you got to the reviews. You know, at least that's the way I buy for sure. And I see Talita's laughing, so I know she's resonating with that. So reviews sell, guys. Use those customer reviews. I will tell you, my highlight on Instagram, I have a customer review highlight on Instagram where I dump all my customer reviews that I put in my stories. Those are the most viewed highlights of all of them. People want those reviews. That is also a tool. So here's a hot tip, write this down, go do this. That is also a tool that I use all the time because people are now asking, do you have customer reviews? Is there someplace I can read customer testimonials? Is there someplace I can go and find more information about this product? I will send them to the highlight on my Instagram. I've got hundreds of customer reviews over there. Go check it out. So that's a tool. So please go do that. I highly recommend you have a reviews highlight on your Instagram highlight page, you know, that highlight bar. If you're in the Evo Squad, our customer group has a whole thread of customer reviews, which I need to make another one and update it. So use those customer reviews. They're so valuable because reviews sell. And if they get through 7 of them, you know, they're your gold. They're yours. Another thing I learned, and this is not something I knew, was it's called, this leader called it, I had it on one of my phones because I got to read it to you, but I'm like, this is so good. But it goes into the psychology of selling. It's called the Pixar pitch. And I will, because you want to write this down, I will say it slowly, but it's the Pixar pitch to kind of like connect better with that person when you're making, and this works really well with our product posts. I mean, you can also do it about business. I shouldn't say it, business or product, it'll work. So you start with every day or something similar, they learn to trust you. So how did you start? You started with then until one day. So me, I started as a tired, exhausted, and worn out busy mama. Then one day I saw this silly sticker on Facebook. So start with, okay, then until one day. Because of that, so this is the format, and then I'll use my example. Until finally is your next line. After that is the next line. And then the moral of the story. So start with, then until one day. Because of that, until finally. After that, and then the moral of the story. So to start with, I was a tired, exhausted, and worn out busy mama. Then one day I saw this silly sticker online. Because I saw this silly sticker online, I decided I've got nothing to lose because I was already feeling like crap. Now, this wasn't going to make me feel any worse. If anything, it would make me feel better. And then finally, I loved how I felt. I was a day one thriver. I felt like the first day I could see colors differently. I had crazy good energy. After that, by day 10, I knew I'd be on this product the rest of my life. Moral of this story, I changed my vitamins. I changed my whole life. So like, that's where you're going to grab people, and it's going to help them connect with what you're saying. And it's just going to help you sell so much better. Moving right along. Reviews. I definitely recommend doing the IG highlight for customer reviews. We have a ton of customer reviews in our customer page. I think Rachel did say we have them in boards as well. So they're available to you guys to use. If you're not on our team and want to access those, we can add you to our customer group and you can see those. Stories, facts tell, stories sell. So again, telling your own story, getting really good about telling your own story really goes into that buyer psychology, because they're going to connect. They're going to connect to what the product did for you, and then they're going to think about what the product does for them. So stories make people feel good. I highly recommend having an arsenal of stories, even if it's just you get them from the Lavelle fan page. That's where our whole company was started, on those testimonials and, people telling their story. I tell people all the time, we're very testimonial based, and I love that about our company. There's tons of stories there. Stories make people feel good. Stories will also trigger oxytocin, which is that feel good, chemical in your body. I don't know if it's a hormone or something like that, but connection, love, happiness. When people are happy, they buy more. So being able to understand how people buy will help you sell and help you not feel like you're being super spammy or anything like that. And again, I don't think we need to say it again, but I'm going to say it again. People buy from whom they know, like, and trust. Being able to connect with you, and connecting with you, if you build on social media, is going to be through your live videos, through your hands-free on your story, through that behind the scenes thing that people do on their stories. I'm not exactly good at it. I need to get better at it, but those that do it and do it well, really, that's a faster way to connect with people. And then once you can connect with people, then you can connect the dots for them, solve their problems, and just sell more product. Another couple good tips are, when people are asking you about your product, you can ask them, what are your top 3 health goals? Like, that's a question. I have a text replacement in my phone where I just say, what are your top 3 health goals? Instead of going right into the pitch, I talk to them about that. And then that helps me connect the dots for them better. 1, they feel better taken care of. And 2, I can connect the dots for them better. And then the other thing I started asking people that's really working on the promoter side is, what about my story interests you the most? That really helps you connect the dots for them. So instead of when somebody's asking about the opportunity, I will send them the opportunity video. And then as I'm talking to them, what about my story? It could be another mom that likes the fact that I'm a stay-at-home mom. It could be a dad that likes the fact that I'm a stay-at-home parent. It could be that they need extra money, or they just want something more mobile. It's a really great way to connect with those humans and dig deeper into that psychology as to why people do things, and help them connect those dots, essentially. So that's all I have for you. Does anybody have any questions about what we just covered in buyer psychology, understanding the 12 to 20 impressions? I think the people that understand that the most are McDonald's and Starbucks. Starbucks doesn't care which Starbucks you buy from, but they're going to put one on every corner, because you're going to see it 7 times before. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing, like we were talking about Amazon earlier. It's crazy how you think about how you buy, because that's how your audience is buying as well. So understand, like I said, I will address that. I will understand I've got an issue. Like I just bought dog bowls on Amazon because I had an issue. I had dogs that are like making a giant mess everywhere, but I searched for dog bowls. I found a couple I liked. I put them in my cart. Then of course, every time I opened Facebook and Instagram, I saw dog bowls, like ads for dog bowls. So it's just understand that you need that. It took me probably 20 impressions about the product to make a buying decision. Not that any one person was selling to me, but and then finally I'm like, all right, I just got to do this. So your customers are the same way. if you talk more and more and more about, hey, like I have crazy good energy, you know, once they realize they're tired, sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when they're going to make that buying decision. And it's your job to make sure that you're the first one they think of. So, all right, guys, I'm done talking. Does anybody have any questions about what we just did? And I still don't see our girl on. I'm gonna stop the recording.